In this video, I want to introduce the concept of inheritance in object-oriented programming and the two classes from Scikit-learn that we're going to inherit to make the transformers for this course. Inheritance is the process by which one class takes on the attributes and methods of another class. For example, we create one class that is called TransformerMixin, and this class has the method fitTransform that takes self, of course, the first argument of every method, and then the data frame, and then it has the option to take the target so that it is compatible with the Scikit-learn pipeline. This fitTransform method, the only thing that is going to do is to first fit the transformer, whatever it is, to the train set and the target, and then transform the data frame to obtain the transformed version of this data frame. And it will return this transformed data as output. This class is what it's called the parent class. And a class that inherits this parent class is called the child class. In this slide, we're going to expand the min-imputer by inheriting the methods from the TransformerMixin. So here we defined again the min-imputer that we created in the previous video, but now it will inherit the methods from the TransformerMixin that we created in the previous slide. So the min-imputer now is the child class because it inherits from the parent class TransformerMixin. We can define the initialization parameters for the min-imputer as we did in the previous video. So here we initialize the class with the variable list. The method is the same as the one that we saw previously. It will take the data frame and the target optionally, and it will create an imputation dictionary that takes the min value of each one of the variables used to initialize the class. And the transform method takes the data frame and uses the values learned and stored in this dictionary to fill the missing values with the values. This class will automatically also have the fitTransform method that will apply fit, and then it will apply transform to automatically obtain the transformed dataset. So to see this in action, if I now create or initialize my imputer, calling the min-imputer and passing these two variables, I can indeed use the fitTransform method that was inherited from the TransformerMixin on my data to inform the class that it needs to apply the fit and then transform the data, and I capture the transformed data in this new variable, and we can see the output here. The reason I mentioned this inheritance is because Scikit-learn has already classes to make creating new classes that are compatible with Scikit-learn functionality much easier. Scikit-learn provides an API with documentation and base transformers that you can use to build your algorithms so you don't have to write everything from scratch. So if we visit this link, we will land on the API reference documentation, and here we can see a list of the base classes, and for the rest of the course we're going to use two of these main classes, which are the BaseEstimator and the TransformerMixin. The BaseEstimator, the only thing that does is it gets the parameters that we give to the class when we initialize it and returns it in the form that Scikit-learn returns all its parameters. That is, when you call the estimator, it basically prints out all the list of parameters that you use to start that estimator, or that transformer for that matter. And the second object that we're going to use, the second base transformer, is the TransformerMixin. And this is a class that contains the method fitTransform that basically allows you, or already has functionality pre-coded, to implement the fit method followed immediately by the transform method, which is typically Scikit-learn functionality. So when we create an object, we're going to inherit these two base estimators, and the only thing that we need to do is to rewrite the fit method and the transform method so our transformer does what we want it to do. We're going to discuss how to do that in the next couple of videos.